Today we're talking about the top 10 tips to get better footage out of your smartphone. My name's Reuben and this is my first official tutorial. Subscribe so I can make more content like this. So let's get into it. Tip number 1 is using a manual app. So the first app is actually called Open Sky, and it allows you to lock the focus, lock the exposure. It has no watermarks and it's free. So the second app costs something, I think it's under $50. It's called Filmic Pro. It allows you to control the aperture, shutter speed, and those sorts of things. Tip number 2 is getting rid of that shaky footage. So you could do slow motion on your phone. The bad thing about that is that it lowers the resolution. You could also use a gimbal. Just makes your footage look a whole lot stable and smooth. Also, you could hold your phone closer to you. When it's out here, you have all the shake of your hand, like going blah blah blah. But if it's here, your hand shakes like I'm shaking it the same. It's not as bad. When you walk, bend your knees and kind of do those other steps too. So like use a gimbal, do all those steps combined to get smooth footage. The third step is the rule of thirds and composition, I guess. Yeah, you put your face on one of these thirds. You could also use lines to draw the focus to you. So there's that line there. It is kind of pointing right to my head, so it's making lead to my head, right? So yeah, it just makes it draw to the subject. Tip number 4, have a clear subject. You want to clean up what you're videoing. So for example, you have a computer screen and you have a whole bunch of garbage on your desk. You have maybe a curtain lying over one of the screens. You don't really know what the subject is, right? Because as you can see, it looks pretty bad and ugly. Whereas if you clean everything up and take everything off the desk, make it look really good, you can see the subject really clearly. Tip number 5, halfway there, is a well-lit environment. You don't want it to be too overexposed, which means there's a lot of light in the image. This is too overexposed, and you don't want it too underexposed. So let me give you an example. That's way too underexposed, isn't it? And you could also shoot at sunset or sunrise, the golden hour. So there's this good app, it's called Pro, and it tells you what the golden hour is. Tip number 5 is to get different angles. So you don't always want to have this exact same angle all the time. So just like this, maybe tomorrow if I make a video, I'll have myself here or myself there. I don't know, go outside maybe. And you could also go up higher for a lower shot, left or right. So get different angles, be creative. And you don't want to hold your phone right up near your eyes. That's not really getting different angles. You want to have it, I don't know, have it down there, getting some low shots, getting some high shots, some side shots, you know. Tip number 7 is to add some motion. So instead of just having the same static shot, you could like turn and pan. You go up and down, tilt it. You could do a tracking shot of running side to side. You could do all these different types of shots. So yeah, and this kind of leads well into the 8th tip, which is adding foreground. So maybe instead of just having a shot like this, maybe you have something like this box here and you bring it out. That's adding some foreground, right? And it'll add some interesting elements to your shot, I guess. Okay. Tip number 8 is don't zoom in. When you edit your videos, you can zoom in, because when you actually zoom in, you lose the resolution, right? Because this isn't optical zoom, it's just digital. So it's when you're zooming in, it's like gets all noisy in the image and lower resolution. So you don't want to zoom in. And the last tip is to make some transitions between your shots. So maybe I'm here with my phone and I want to go into another shot. I can just go whip to the left or to the right, up, down, whatever. And then in the next shot, I'll just whip. So if I'm here and I whip, I'll continue that motion. And the second shot, I'll whip. So then it's like one smooth motion, backwards and forwards, and it'll look really nice. Make some transitions. Do transitions. That's my 10th tip. Thanks for watching this video. That's all my tips for the moment. If you like this video, please hit that like button, which is, I don't know, somewhere down there. And subscribe so I can make more content like this. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'm not really doing that now, but it doesn't really matter because it's not really, yeah, cut that out, cut that